Back with more from John Steinberg, President and COO of BuzzFeed. Now, do people understand that what really may have happened here is that you cracked the code, that you figured out why journalism can thrive?
Well, we're a classic bottom-up Clay Christensen disruptor, right? We started out with the cats and the memes and all of the web culture stuff because that really appealed to a young generation of news consumer. And then we layered on more substantive scoops under Ben Smith, who's our editor-in-chief. And basically, we have a different kind of leisure content, a kind of leisure content that appeals to young people. But those young people still want hard news and reporting and business news and technology news and all those things.
But you believe in having fun. I mean, that's part of the issue. Well, the other guys don't.
Well, they do, but they believe in fun for old people, right? Their leisure sections are expensive houses and expensive vacations, and we are creating leisure content to go against the hard content that appeals to a younger group of people.
Well, so what you're saying then is that journalism isn't dead, but just people have to figure out how to get it so people read it.
It has to be rebooted, right? When I look at the cable entrepreneurs of the 80s and I see all the people that went and created cable channels, I think that's what we're doing on social train tracks. For us, Facebook and Twitter, that's the new network. That's the new cable system. And we've mastered a way to create and optimize content on social.
A lot of people in the purists in journalism are saying, well, you know, this is not a disruptor, but a corruptor. And yet when I look at what people read about, say what you guys say, you're like Mad Men, and it's TV.
Well, that's what our advertising product is you're talking about. Yeah, all branded native advertising content. We go back to the great stuff that Ogilvy did. We don't do any banners. People hate banners. Banners have been a bad ad product for 18 years. You look at the people that are outperforming in the public markets right now, LinkedIn, Google, Facebook. It's all a native content-driven ad product. Banners are not going to be what's going to cross the chasm in this new media universe. It's going to be content-driven social advertising. We work with 50 of the top 100 brands right now. 3 years ago, we barely existed and had 6 million UVs. We have 80 million UVs right now. It just shows you how much flux and change is going on right now in media.
All right, now, our people may not understand it. So, okay, I'm a good advertiser. I come in to see Buzz. I'm Virgin Tel, okay?
Yeah.
I come in to see BuzzFeed, and I say, listen, none of these ads are reaching the people I want because they've cut the cord. They don't have any.
Right.
What do you set up for them?
We talk to them and their agency about what they want to achieve. What are the attributes of the brand and what are the aspirations of the brand? What do they stand for? We create content for them. For Virgin Mobile, we do everything about rock music and youth culture as well as minute packages and why Virgin provides the best Android phones. We create this pool of content for them, and in real time, we show the pieces of content that are being shared the most. We feed the winners, and we starve the loser content.
And you see that because you've got an up-to-date bank. It tells you exactly what's happening,
Everything on BuzzFeed is optimized. Every piece of content, whether it's editorial or branded or from our community, we look in 15-minute increments, and our system gives more promotion to things that are being shared.
Is that why you moved, Better Call Saul? Is that why Saul was down at the bottom and then people just love the Saul?
Everything moves.
A reference to Breaking Bad.
Everything moves around on the site.
That's what happened.
The writers get to write what they think is a scoop or they think is interesting, and it has to be shared for it to get additional promotion. That's a really high standard. People only share things that they're proud of, that make them look good, that are things that they want to stand for. So it's the same thing with the advertising content as well. It dramatically outperforms banners. I charge the same price that banners get, and then we measure with Nielsen. And this stuff has lifts of hundreds of percentages in terms of purchase consideration, interest in buying. We've done study after study. The banner is dead, Jim.
Well, look, programmatic killed the banner.
Well, programmatic is great for direct response. It was never even a good brand advertising.
Fair enough.
You're still looking at 70, 80% of goods that are going to be purchased in the real world.
Right.
All your CPG, all your entertainment, all that. Yeah.
Now, what I'm interested in is why do you think Bezos bought the Washington Post? Does he want to be you?
I think that he sees the Kindle as an amazing distribution platform, and I think that he wants to put content with the distribution.
Did he try to buy you?
No, he did not.
He did not?
He did not.
Reason to go public versus being acquired by another company, which has been the way that, say, Huffington, Huffington.
We're building a really big company, and in fact, I'm more focused on what we should be acquiring than being acquired at this point. That's really where our mind is. We're profitable. We have plenty of cash. There's many different avenues to raise more capital if we want to be more aggressive in terms of acquisitions. But right now, we just want to keep getting bigger. International is a big focus. We opened our UK office. We're opening offices, all around the world right now and focused on really taking the BuzzFeed model and then applying it to country after country with that cultural sentiment, because we don't know the jokes in all those different countries. We've got to find people there and give them the BuzzFeed platform.
Can the Times, can the Journal, can NBC, can they be you? Can they be you, or is it just DNA? They don't have the DNA.
A couple years ago, when we started doing branded content, they all thumbed their nose at us. Oh, no, we're not going to do native content. We're not going to do sponsored content. Read the New York Times earnings call. Quarter after quarter, they talk about how they can't direct sell the banners, how programmatic is taking over. Every major publisher is going to be doing content-driven audience-driven advertising, just as Facebook does, just as Twitter does. How well they'll be able to do that, how much they'll be able to get the mix of art and science that makes that work is a question mark, but we know that they have to try.
Okay, but Twitter, people talking about 10, 15 billion for Twitter. Why would I want to be by BuzzFeed, getting just as many eyeballs, and why isn't that worth 10 to 15 billion?
I don't know, maybe it is.
I think it is.
I'm glad to hear that you think that is. I mean, they've got a lot more revenue than us, but we're coming up.
No, it's not about the revenue. It's about the reach, right? Because the revenue follows the reach.
And it's also about content. And, you know, content is going to get rebooted. Content's going to be a big market. For a long time, Silicon Valley had a very anti-content attitude.
Mason was a copywriter. They were copywriters, right? That's why I'm talking about Groupon. That's how that got a $10 to $15 billion value. That's why I don't know people think I'm like smoking dope that it could be 10 to 15. Just that Mason created this idea of journalists writing ads, okay, which were coupons. You guys are journalists who are writing articles that have advertisement with real revenue that could replace a network. It could displace a network.
Absolutely. And one key bookmark on that. I have the people that write the articles, the editorial, they report to Ben Smith. The people that do the branded content, they're walled off and they report to me. We have a very firm church and state between who does branded and who does editorial.
You know what? I should ask you that first because I don't want people in journalism. Look, there's a lot of graybeards out there, and I've dealt with them. I gave a speech at Cebu last year, and they would say you're the enemy.
Right.
No, you're not the enemy. You may just be the future.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. That is John Steinberg, President and CEO of BuzzFeed. I urge you to go to the site. I urge you to understand this business model. There's been a lot of good articles about it, so you don't have to just take it from me. Stay with Cramer.